coming back to do? Is there any change? Is there any change? And his thinking or his attitudes that will warrant us saying we're going to go back? We're told, he's telling us that when he comes back, he's going to operate something called the 24-hour economy. Up to today that I'm speaking to you, no roadmap has been put on the table telling us how the 24-hour economy is going to be achieved. In your time as president, you couldn't keep the lights on for 12 hours. How are you going to operate a 24-hour economy? In September, or September of 2016, ECT was still issuing copious load shedding programs. The time I took office, the phenomenon was still there. We have not forgotten. I genuinely believe that there were two main contestants seeking office in Ghana today to be the 6th president of the 4th Republic. He is the superior choice. This man was deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana 16 years ago when I went to solicit his help to be my vice presidential candidate for the 2008 election. We agreed. We fought the election together, but it was not our time by the grace of God. We kept together, we fought again in 2012. That too, we did not succeed. Even though we made a very good showing in the Supreme Court. And then, God's grace and blessing opened the way for us in 2016 and repeated it again in 2020. In these 16 years that I've worked with this man, I have not had one single doubt about his quality and his technique. This is an honest man. He is a loyal man. He's a man who can turn your back on him and not fear that you will be stabbed in the back. He has been there. A very symbol of loyalty to me. He's a man of enormous intellect. And his concern for Ghana is immense. I gave you the story of the attendant Wanda. The same manner in which he has taken up the responsibility for driving the digitalization process through, because he knows that our ability to lead the 4th Industrial Revolution is what will decide our fate in this 21st century. The qualities of this man are exceptional. I will not have too much respect and love for the people of Ghana to come and urge them to consider a person that I do not consider first rate. I will not do it. Because at the end of the day, it will rebound on me. I will not do it. I have too much respect for the Ghanaian people to pass off some second or third rate material to them and ask them to vote for them because of their consideration. I will not do it. Yes. I am prepared to testify to Bawumia because I know he has the quality. Having spent 8 years in opposition as a political leader, and having spent 8 years in government as the number 2 in an executive presidential system, he now has all the attributes, all the experience necessary to become the next president. So we have seen a significant expansion in access to senior and secondary school education. Not only have we witnessed the access, we have also witnessed a significant improvement in the quality of education that these our young men and women are receiving as a result of the various reforms that my administration has carried out. Last year's vaccine results were the best in the history of the examination. We have witnessed wider access and we have also seen greater improvement in quality. On top of it, as a result of these improvements, and we're seeing improvements that have also affected technical vocational education training, TVET. We've also seen the greater enhancement of STEM education, science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Because this century, this 21st century, if we are to succeed in this 21st century, above all, we must master the fourth industrial revolution, the digital, the cyber revolution that is changing the world of work and the economies of the world worldwide. We in Africa missed out on the first industrial revolution. We were in fact its victims. We missed out on the second. We missed out on the third. We cannot afford to miss out on the fourth industrial revolution. That is why, from the very beginning of my administration, I said that the most strategic decision that we would take to prepare our nation successfully to confront and succeed in this fourth industrial revolution age was the quality of the educational system that we must have. That is why we have spent so much money, over 12 billion cedis, on free senior high school education. I have prioritized education development as the cornerstone of my government. For the very simple reason that in all the successful nations of the world, you look around you, whether in Asia or in Western Europe, America, Germany, France, Britain, in Asia, Korea, Japan, China, the fundamental pillar of their development has been the organization of a modern educational system. Because, and it is important for us in Ghana to always to have in mind, it is not necessarily natural resources, minerals, various sorts of a country is endowed with that guarantees its prosperity. If that was the case, we would have been wealthy many years ago. Because nature has endowed us with a lot of resources. It's not the fertility of the soil. Again, the soil of Ghana is very fertile and grow virtually everything here. It is the quality of the human capital. It is the development of the human capital. That is the game changer. When I came to office in January 2017, for the decade prior to that, every year until I came into office, a minimum of 100,000 young Ghanaians, men and women, were unable to make the transition from junior high to senior high. It was not because they couldn't perform at the BEC. No, they had the qualifications that would have enabled them to continue and make the transition. But for a very simple but fundamental barrier, their homes, their parents, their uncles, their communities did not have the money that could support them through senior high school. So as a result of that, we have this large numbers of children, boys and girls, whose human capacity could not be developed. You have to be doing all kinds of things to survive. It occurred to me when I was in opposition that there was a way out of this. The same way that these societies that are nations that I'm speaking about have also gone about their business. And that is for the state to take the responsibility which the parents could not discharge and pay for their wards to be able to go to school. That is the genesis of the free senior high school policy. As a result, nearly 8 years later, 5.7 million young Ghanaians have had the benefit